How strong are the Croatian military, ladies and gentlemen? That's what we're about to find out in this video.
What if I told you that a small Adriatic country, best known for its red and white checkerboard football jerseys and stunning coastline, could punch way above its weight on the battlefield? What if Croatia, yes, that Croatia, has been quietly building a modern, adaptable, and surprisingly formidable military while the rest of Europe wasn't paying attention? Well, buckle up, because Croatia's military might is on another level. And it's time we talk about it.
Let's go see.
Croatia. Population, just under 4 million. Landmass, smaller than West Virginia. Military budget, nowhere near that of the big players like France, Germany, or the UK.
Okay.
So how is this country, wedged between the Balkans and the Adriatic Sea, managing to turn heads in defense circles? Short answer: smarts, strategy, and a heavy dose of post-war lessons that they've turned into doctrine. You see, Croatia's military isn't built to project global power. It's built to be quick, resilient, and lethal. Think of it like a wasp, small, agile, and if you mess with it, you're going to regret it. Let's dive into how Croatia went from the chaos of the 1990s to becoming a military...
I know that one. I've reviewed it. I know what they went through throughout those years. And I think that will be the most reason why the preparation might have been tough this way. But let's go see them.
Force in the region, and possibly a template for modern small state defense strategy. You can't talk about Croatia's current military might without first looking at its brutal baptism by fire, the Croatian War of Independence in the early 90s. Back then, Croatia was up against the larger and better equipped Yugoslav People's Army. It was a messy, asymmetrical conflict. Think urban warfare, guerrilla tactics, and desperate innovation. Basically, the kind of military schooling no one wants. But Croatia graduated from it with honors.
Wow.
By the time peace returned, Croatia had learned several hard truths. Never rely too heavily on foreign arms suppliers. Mobility beats mass when you know your terrain. And perhaps most importantly, if you want to be secure, you better be ready to do it yourself.
Exactly.
These lessons would go on to shape the Croatian Armed Forces, CAF, into what they are today. Lean, modern, and smarter than they look. Today, the CAF is divided into 3 main branches: the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. Each one is optimized not for sheer size, but for interoperability, NATO integration, and, let's be honest, maximum efficiency on a budget. Let's start with the Croatian Army. On paper, it's modest, around 15,000 active personnel plus reserves. But here's where it gets interesting. Their doctrine isn't focused on overwhelming force. Instead, it's about rapid deployment, flexibility, and combined arms operations. They've trained extensively in mountainous and urban terrain, basically their backyard, and are optimized for defensive warfare that makes would-be invaders think twice, or 3 times. Now, the Croatian Navy. It may not be launching aircraft carriers anytime soon, but Croatia doesn't need one. The Adriatic Sea is narrow and easily defensible, which is why the Croatian Navy has leaned into fast attack craft, coastal missile systems, and maritime surveillance. Think of it as the Mosquito Fleet: small, fast, annoying, and, when necessary, deadly. And then there's the Croatian Air Force, which just got a massive upgrade. But this wasn't just about shiny new toys. This was strategic. By investing in high-performance NATO-compatible aircraft, Croatia solidified its place in regional air superiority, signaled that it's ready to play hardball if necessary, and made sure any airspace violations will come with consequences.
Now I understand, like these G's are just getting prepared just in case someone is trying to mess up with the country. You know, I understand that. You know, that's a defensive strategy to put in place that every country should have. Is very important. Huh?
Suddenly, Croatia isn't just defending its skies, it's projecting regional deterrence. And trust me, everyone from Serbia to Russia noticed. In 2021, Croatia made headlines by buying 12 French Dassault Rafale fighter jets.
F-12.
That's right, the same jets France uses to flex in NATO and abroad. These multi-role beasts can dogfight, bomb, and do reconnaissance, and they're a quantum leap from the aging MiG-21s Croatia used to rely on. It's like trading in a dusty old VHS player for a 4K home theater system with missiles. Croatia may not have Silicon Valley, but it's definitely embracing defense tech. The Croatian military has been integrating UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, for surveillance, border patrol, and even offensive roles. These aren't Predator drones just yet, but they're a growing part of the arsenal. Why? Because drones are cheap, versatile, and they make traditional defenses nervous. A well-timed drone swarm can ruin someone's day. Ask any tank operator in modern conflict zones. Also, Croatia's partnerships with NATO have allowed access to joint training, cyber defense frameworks, and shared intelligence platforms. This means Croatia isn't defending alone. It's plugged in. If anything happens, it's not just Croatian boots on the ground, it's NATO's eyes in the sky, and potentially boots on standby. And now we get to perhaps Croatia's most elite asset, its Special Forces Command, known as SFCOM. These are not your average soldiers. We're talking about highly trained operators with experience in NATO missions, counterterrorism, and unconventional warfare. Think of them as the Swiss Army knives of the Croatian military. If Swiss Army knives could call in airstrikes and speak 3 languages while rappelling out of helicopters. They've operated in Afghanistan, Kosovo, Mali, learning how to fight alongside international forces while sharpening their own skill sets. In fact, for a small country, Croatia has exported a surprising amount of tactical know-how through these missions, building not only reputation, but also connections that matter when stuff hits the fan. The country joined NATO in 2009, and they've taken it seriously, not just as a free security blanket, but as an opportunity to evolve. They've met interoperability goals, contributed troops to NATO operations, and actively participate in military exercises with some of the best-trained armies in the world. In return, they've received upgrades, intel sharing, training.
No, bro, I swear to God, that's so damn intelligent from the part of these Croatians. You know, being part of the NATO, it means a lot. Having help at the same time, being trained, having much experience, and you know, a lot of things are added to it. It's just good, it's intelligent.
Biggest advantage of all, the NATO deterrent umbrella. But here's the thing, Croatia isn't just passively benefiting, it's becoming a reliable contributor. The kind of member other countries look at and go, okay, these guys are small, but they've got their act together. In a region with unpredictable actors and a recent history of instability, that kind of credibility matters more than a giant tank battalion ever could. Look, nobody's saying Croatia is a superpower. It's not going to lead a multinational invasion of Mars. But military might isn't just about how many tanks you have. It's about whether those tanks are in the right place at the right time, and whether your soldiers know what to do with them. Croatia's military strategy is simple. Be too costly to mess with. And that's not bravado, it's logic. In today's world, where war is more hybrid, more urban, more digital, Croatia is punching at a level that should make much larger countries take notes. It's the military equivalent of a chess player who only moves a few pieces, but each move changes the entire board. So next time you're booking a vacation to Dubrovnik or watching Luka Modric weave through defenders, remember this, Croatia's not just playing games. It's prepared, it's evolving, and it knows how to defend its turf with the kind of quiet confidence that doesn't need to shout. Which is kind of ironic when you think about it. Because in an age of loud powers making loud threats, maybe the most powerful move is not making noise, but being so well prepared that no one dares test you. Croatia's military might isn't loud, it's not flashy, but it is on another level, and sometimes that's exactly what power looks like.
You know, over here I have 10 things that Croatia does better than anywhere else. Wow.
Croatia is a very small country of now less than 4 million people, but it's no secret that it punches above its weight in many, many ways in the world. And after 20 years of living here, here are 10 things that I think Croatia does better than any other country in the world.
After 20 years of living in Croatia.
Number 1, celebration. If you were on the streets of Zagreb in July 2018 as the batter and he came back from Moscow after the World Cup final, you would understand what celebrating really, really means. Croats go nuts when it comes to sport in a way I've never seen in any other country. And because they've had such great success, this is something that is actually part of the national routine now. You have also Goran Ivanisevic when he won Wimbledon. You also have Hajduk Split when they have an anniversary of 100 years. Like, the whole of Split is on fire. It's absolutely phenomenal. But at the same time, Croats do amazing celebration of death as well. Shortly after the World Cup, a much-loved singer...
What? Like, Croatia celebrate death too? I'm not some kind of shock because a lot of countries do that. They celebrate death. Okay. I think birth and death should be celebrated at the same time. Anyway.
Oliver Dragojevic passed away, and there was this incredible funeral cortege by boat from Split all the way to Vela Luka on Korčula, which is where he's from. And just seeing this incredible celebration of his fantastic life of Oliver just 2 weeks after the World Cup, it really was quite incredible. Number 2, relaxation. Croats know how to relax, especially down in Dalmatia. They have words for it. They have a whole culture called fjaka. And it's a really tough job. And you may laugh at this, but you have to really work hard at doing nothing. It's a life art. And I've seen people, and when they're in this state of fjaka, it's almost like they're in some drug-enhanced trance, but they're just there being Dalmatian on the coast, and nothing else matters apart from the relaxation.
Damn.
There's just no country that can do relaxation like Dalmatians do. It's fantastic. Number 3, nature. Where else in the world do you have a country which has 10% of its landmass given over to national parks and nature parks?
That's really
Wherever you
huge.
go in Croatia, it's just stunning. But what's really, really nice is that it's not overbuilt and there is a lot of protection of its natural resources. It's also a country of over 1,000 islands, and so wherever you go, you're going to find something unique and beautiful. Number 4. Sporting success. I mean, we talked about the World Cup. Croatia in 6 World Cups has come home with 3 medals, but it's not just football. It's tennis, handball. You look at water polo. You look at basketball. This is a country with 4 million people. I think the city of Split has got the most Olympic medal winners per capita in the world. This is a country that just churns out sporting heroes non-stop. The passion for sport here for such a small country is quite phenomenal. Number 5, I would say, is innovation, from Tesla to Rimac. Nikola Tesla, Serbian origin, born in a village in modern-day Croatia, but basically...
Wait, I like something is missing over here. Tesla, like not the name of the car, the name of the person, Nikola Tesla. Was it that person that gave his name to the car? Tesla, the car that we know, manufactured by Elon Musk. Like, I don't really know. I still can't understand though, but let's just go on anyway.
This innovation from this land of Croatia has been fantastic, and now you have Rimac, who's now the owner of Bugatti, and they've got the fastest ICE car in the world, and they're doing incredible things with electric technology for cars. But this is also a country that has produced things like the necktie, it's produced the first parachute, it's produced bizarre things like laminate flooring is invented by a Croat. So the list of...
You know what, I just need to check the things that Croatia has invented as a country. There might have been many things that we are seeing around the world that we don't even know that are coming out from Croatia. I just need to check that out. I might be really, really surprised too.
Inventors from Croatia is extremely long, and again, for a small country, is quite phenomenal. It also has, I think, the best love story in the world. We have Romeo and Juliet and all that, I know, but the best love story, I think, is between 2 birds. 2 storks, Klepetan and Malina. For many, many years, they were living together in northern Croatia near Sisak. Malina had a broken wing, and so every winter, Klepetan would head south down to Africa. But every year on year, Klepetan always came back to Malina. And this was a symbol of dedication, of love, of romance, of passion. And this, to me, was one of the most wonderful love stories of all time until, sadly, one of them passed away a couple of years ago. Islands. Is there a country in the world that has better islands than Croatia? Some people say
Man, I didn't really know that Croatia is full of islands. I was only thinking that, there were only few of them in Finland, Sweden. But I wasn't looking forward to Croatia though in island teams. Okay, let's go feel.
185. Some people say there are 1,244. What is for sure is there is complete magic on these islands and incredible things to discover, such as the oldest public theatre in all of Europe on the island of Hvar, the birthplace of cricket on mainland Europe on the island of Vis, the first place to ever abolish slavery back in 1214. 550 years before the American Declaration of Independence was on the island of Korčula. As you go up and down the islands of Croatia, sailing around the pristine Adriatic Sea, you find unique experiences on all of them. It's just magical. Number 8.
That's crazy.
European civilization before most of Europe knew what civilization was. So the oldest continuously inhabited town in Europe.
It's like Croatia has always been an OG of this European thing. You know, they have seen the vision far long time ago. They saw that ahead of everyone. Okay, no problem.
A town called Vinkovci in eastern Croatia, which was the birthplace of 2 Roman emperors, for example. And very close by is a place called Vučedol, which was acknowledged as the birthplace of Indo-European culture. And 5,000 years ago, it was one of the most important places in Europe, on a par with, say, Paris today. And they had very, very forward-thinking technologies. They were the first place in the world, for example, to have left and right shoes. And if you go to Vučedol, it's a most incredible museum. And they're still digging today. They're still finding more things. And number 9 is one of my favorite.
Wow.
Croatia has this image of being a very beautiful natural country. It also has a wonderful marketing thing called the quietest rally in the world. You will not go to a rally that's quieter than this.
Yeah.
It's called the Nikola Tesla Electronic Vehicle Rally. It takes place every year. It's organised by Tina and Igor Kolovrat. And they have this rally going from Istria to various different places using only electric vehicles. They take in the 5-star hotels, they take in the national parks, they take in the finest...
Okay, this one here is meant for the rich people, man. This is not a common rally race that we commonly see anywhere, you know, randomly. This one over here is only for the rich people, man. You can understand that already.
Find the finest cuisine. It's really a showcase of what Croatia can achieve in luxury tourism for the electric car. And every year they try and push the boat out a little bit further. And so I have this wonderful video on a Jadrolinija ferry, and there are 50 Tesla cars on this ferry, just Tesla cars. And it was the first time, I think, in the world that we had such a thing. And when I posted it on Facebook, it ended up on the front page of the Tesla Facebook page itself. And back in 2016, this is really quite bizarre. One of the people on the rally was May Musk, the mother of Elon Musk. And she was driving a Tesla in the land of Tesla, and nobody really noticed. And the final thing, number 10, that Croatia does better than anywhere else is cafe and lifestyle. This is a place where you can have an espresso and it takes 2 hours to get through it. Okay. It's a phenomenal thing to watch. As a beer drinker, I'm drinking my beer and I just watch this guy with an espresso and he's looking down at the river. He's having a fantastic time, people watching. He'll pick up his little espresso glass and he'll shake it around a little bit, put it back down. 5 minutes later, pick it up, maybe have a sip, put it back down. He's just enjoying the lifestyle. There is no pressure. There is nothing really to worry about. And then that espresso can last a couple of hours. Okay. And life is beautiful, because life is beautiful in Croatia. And these are just 10 things that Croatia does better than anywhere else. I'm sure there's more.
Okay, this is awesome. And some kind of surprising. He's saying that there's even lots more. Wow, I'm not too shocked about this one because yeah, I have been reviewing Croatia for a while now, so I have seen pretty much stuff about Croatia, the history, what they have been through, you know, how they suffered through the war and how they rebuilt themselves. You know, I've seen a lot about the sportivity, the athletes and many things, the musicians. Now, Croatia, I think, is a beautiful place to stay though. He is right. He's really right. Well, man, this one here at least, bro, I've seen it's cool. I learned something from this one too, you guys know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to you all for watching. My G's, you already know what we do. It's your boy, Easy Boy. Please keep safe, don't play, and maybe I'ma see you on my next episode. Who knows? Peace out, my boys and girls.